Hello, this is my second Darkest Dungeon modded class review. Today we're looking at The Crow by Spyboy, who also made the fantastic Inquisitor. The Crow is a backline damage dealer that, if the artwork here doesn't give it away, is kind of comparable to a Plague Doctor, except he's reversed. The Plague Doctor does awful damage and good blight. This guy does bad to decent blight and really good damage. The rest of them is actually really similar. So starting with his stats, 39 base HP is low, it's bad, and comped with 30 dodge, which often isn't enough, especially on no torchlight, to save you, makes a really squishy character. 10 speed makes a squishy character that can die of blight ticks or bleed ticks before your healer can get to you. So, a little scary here. 10 speed, though, is. I would still take 10 speed. It's phenomenal. It's really, really, really awesome. Because what this means is you have a damage dealer that you don't have to itemize for speed, so you can itemize for pure damage, which is great. 5 accuracy is bottom of the barrel. That's bad. 8 to 17 damage is actually a little higher in practice because you have some blights on you. So if you can land those blights, you might get, what that 11 to 20, which is really respectable. And like I said, you're going to itemize that. For resistances, you have 80 stun, which is really bad, and you're going to get stunned. And then you have no HP and, like, no dodge, really. Like, it's not that great. 120 blight resist is great. That's top tier. 90 bleed is average. 90 debuff is about average. 80 move is below average. 70 trap is also bottom, as is the 20 disease. So you have a really squishy character here. So it doesn't sound that great. Sounds kind of like a Plague Doctor. It's pretty comparable, except you don't have that really good disease resist that the Plague Doctor has. Where the Crow shines is in his abilities, just like the Plague Doctor. Starting with Infected Talon. 110 accuracy is good. A plus damage mod, so you're already doing an extra 10% damage, so that goes up to 9 to 19 on your base damage. Plus 4 crit is okay, gets you up to 9%, that's alright. 140% chance to blight 3 over 3. 3 over 3 blight is not very good. That maybe will kill somebody. Plus 90% damage versus mark the scales. So, it's like it's 70% at lower, then it goes up, now it's at 90. Kind of like collect bounty. It's really good. It does really good damage without the blight, which is without the mark, sorry, which is unlike other abilities. Like the Houndmaster base damage, I believe, is 7 to 13, which is really bad. So you do 7 to 13, but then you do really good damage when you have a mark on an enemy. But this guy is really good without the mark, so that's great. You don't need a mark to make this guy any good. The problem with Infected Talon is you can only hit the first 3 enemies. So to hit the 4th enemy, use Rotten Egg. You have minus 25% damage, but that's still respectable damage. It is noticeably less than Infected Talon, and I would never use this over Infected Talon if I can, unless you have like a fucking Pelagic Guardian or a Bone Defender that has prot and then has like stupid high prot and is guarding some asshole and you can't stun him. That's when I would use Rotten Egg. That or Row 4. Blight 5 over 3 is the same thing as Plague Grenade, except it's on one guy, so it's just a kind of like a worse Plague Grenade. I feel like if I wanted to do Blight, I'd want to hit 2 targets. But, this is okay. I always have this, just for Row 4 damage. Bombardment is, it's Hound's Harry. If Hound's Harry did Blight damage. And everybody knows that Hound's Harry is not very good. Hound's Harry is good on the flesh. And this, I think the flesh actually has better blight than bleed. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is just less good than Hound's Harry. I only even have this skill unlocked, so it's not grayed out in this video because it's fucking bad. Minus 80 damage means you do no damage. Your blight, I think, goes up to like 3 or something. I don't know. I've never used this. That's pretty shit. Your blight and bleed resist, I don't care. Like not going to use this for minus bleed resist especially. Not, maybe, no, I'm not going to use it for either of them really. +1 crit is shit crit. There's just better things you can do than this. I guess it's okay if you want to hit stealth at enemies in the back 2 ranks. But oh, you can do that with Peck Peck, which is far better. With a minus 40% damage mod on 2 targets, you're doing a net 20% damage because you're doing 2 60%ers. With plus 12 crit, 17% crit base. Oh yeah, that's good. What this is good for is to hit madmen, to hit the fucking stress healers in the back, because you minus their dodge, you minus their speed. 2 things that back row stress damage dealers, or like bone crossbow fuckers, that's what they do. So then you can hit them next turn a lot easier. I would use this if my front 2 people can hit row 3, but I only have like 1 other person that can hit row 4, I might use this. So I do damage to both and can try and kill 3 and 4 in the same turn. Otherwise, I would just use Rotten Egg or Infected Talon. This is like an okay ability. Food for the Nest is fucking shit. It's like Come Hither from the Bounty Hunter, but so it's just bad. Like Come Hither is just a bad ability. Oh, you pull 2? Just kill them. I don't care about pulling 2. Don't use a leper that can only hit the front 2 ranks. Alright, there, problem solved. 1/3 bleed, wow, that's great. Minus 65% damage, wow, that's great too. Cool, well, you have a shit ability. Don't use this. Don't ever use this. Night's Watch is a mark which, high accuracy, no damage, buffs damage, dodge, speed, and accuracy. 1, 2, and 4 of those 4 buffs are really good. Plus, speed can be detrimental at some points, because if you have 10 speed, you can get a healer to have like 12 speed. You can't get a healer to have 16 speed unless you're like stupid and you use like 3 + 5 speed trinkets on a guy. So you're gonna have a bleed tick on you. You're gonna have 16 speed and you're gonna die. So this is actually kind of problematic and a little scary. But I guess it's okay as a mark with 10 speed. He is a good marker because he can go before your Arbalist or your Bounty Hunter or whatever and then have them do double damage. But at the same time, I would just use the good damage anyway, so I wouldn't really use this. This egg is your move back 1 and it's your heal. Don't level this skill up. Never level this skill up. Because what it does is it heals you 5 to 7 at rank 1. At rank 5, it heals 7 to 10. So, not really worth it. If someone does like 10 damage, you heal yourself 10 HP, you're going down anyway. Like, cool, you've done nothing. If you have 5 HP, you go down anyway. So it's the same thing. But the problem with leveling it up is you blight yourself. It's 59% now. I believe it's 79% at rank 5. So you have 120 blight resist, so I don't care about that. You're never going to blight yourself. But at level 1, you have 5 stress at 59% chance. At level 5, you have 9 stress for 79% chance. So you're giving yourself more stress at a higher percentage, all for 3 HP. Which probably isn't going to help you anyway, because you're going to get down, because level 5 enemies do more than 10 damage. And you'll probably not even roll 10, you'll probably roll like 8 or 9. So this isn't useful. It's good to have over the mark, and it's definitely better than these 2 shitty abilities. But I tend to not really use this anyway. But it's good to have, as it's like how you have lick wounds on the Houndmaster, even though you probably don't use it because you just dodge tank with them, or you use other stuff, or you have a healer. But so it's okay. The camping skills on this guy are actually really. One of them is really good. One of them, Sharpening Beak, is one of the best things in the fucking game. 20% damage and 20 accuracy. This is how we do it, is 10 accuracy and 8 crit. So this is just better. This is how we do it. For time cost 3, that's really good. I would always use this. Stretching Wings, 5 speed again gets you into a territory where you might go ahead, you're probably going ahead of your healer, and then you're gonna die of a tick. So it's okay. You can't even use a cleansing crystal on this guy because you have to have your blight percentage go up. So it's okay. 15 dodges, I would take this because it's just better, like wound care is shit, pep talk is shit. Omelet, I've never used omelet. Um, Omelet would be good if you just fought a fanatic or you fought a collector or you fought thing from the stars and you got dicked a lot and it's not the end of the dungeon and you need to heal. I would use omelet then, but that's about it. But I'll take it. To the sky, I don't care about. You have plus 25% chance monster surprise, which is nice if you can kill back row enemies. But if you can't kill people, then what you end up doing is grouping their actions together. So then you get crit strung and you die because you have 10 speed, or you have 16 speed, or 15 speed because you use stretching wings or the mark. And you just fucking bleed out. So that is not good. I don't care. There's way better things you can do for time cost 3. Like you get scouting chance. I'd rather take scouting chance than monster surprise. So I want to take encourage so then I get better. I get at least some form of stress heal, so I get better all round stuff on this guy. So what I would take for skills, I would definitely take these two. I would always take these two because you use Infected Talon all the time. Use Rotten Egg for when you need to hit row 4. Use Peck for when if you have some guy on low HP and some other guy in row 4 that's not on low HP but you don't want to waste a turn. I would use the heal. I would maybe use Night's Watch if I would have to specifically want to have a lineup for Night's Watch, but I would probably never use it. I would never use either of these two shitty abilities. If I had to pick one, I'd pick Bombardment. Maybe if I'm going for a flesh fight. I don't know. I've never even leveled it up because it's just like bad. Like, unless it goes like Amazing Blight at level 5, I don't think it's very good. To itemize this guy, you want damage. You don't need. He can't stress heal. He can't really heal any good, so I wouldn't worry about it. And he can't stun. So all you do is buff damage and accuracy. You don't need to buff speed. He's got 10 speed. So I would use something that I have a dagger that's really good. This is 5 accuracy, a speed, and 10 damage. That's okay. I can get behind that. I think 12 speed is really, with all my mods, I have a lot of high speed trinkets. So 12 is where I would like to end on this guy because a rescuer with his district upgrade has 11 speed. And I like using rescuers, so I can buff his speed, and then you're not going first. But you can't really get that rescuer up above like 13 without using like a bunch of stress or a bunch of speed trinkets. This is good. Now I don't know. Let's take this. I wouldn't use 25 accuracy on this guy, but 12 to 24 damage is really good because now if you get a mark off like with an Inquisitor, this Infected Talon essentially becomes what's that 48. No, 24 to 48, which is really, really, really good. You do nothing but damage, but holy fuck do you do damage. So the Crow is really strong. I like using the Crow. He's a really good row 4 damage dealer. I tend to keep him in row 4 so that I don't have to... If I use him in row 3, I guess you can use the egg and you can maybe fuck up your comp. Doesn't matter. These are all good from... Some of these are good in row 2, so that's kind of why you would use them. No special restrictions with this guy. You don't need to even really have a mark combo with you. I tend to run stuns a lot. I tend to maybe run some guy that can mark, like the Inquisitor, which helps, but you don't need it because your damage is just so good anyway, which makes the Crow a really, really strong class. So I totally recommend that you download him and use him.